And good evening, everybody. I'd like to welcome you to another special edition of Cruise Inc. Radio 102.8 TV. It is Thursday evening and 8:32 here in the Cap City. Hope that you had a terrific Thursday. I tell you, we have another phenomenal woman that we're going to be highlighting tonight. Even though March is gone and Women's History Month is gone, Women's History Month is 12 months, 365, year in and year out, because there are some phenomenal women in the country, around the world, and especially here in the Cap City. So we're honored to have with us tonight a young lady that is familiar to many, and I'm going to give her introduction in just a second. But we like to thank our sponsors, Universal Mental Health Services, LLC. They have 3 locations, one here in Richmond, Newport News, and Annapolis, Maryland. If you or a loved one is in need of some mental health counseling and many other services, we invite you to go to their Facebook page, which is Universal Mental Health Services LLC, to see all the wonderful, great services that they offer, and the payment plans, some of the locations, times, all that is right there on their Facebook page, IG page, and Twitter as well. We also like to thank Design Creations and Candles. If you're looking for something special for your home, then Miss Pamela Jones has just the right thing for you. You can also visit Design Creations and Candles LLC on Facebook, IG, and Twitter. Let's talk about the weather for a minute. It is currently 46 degrees here in the Cap City. We had a high today of 60. That's right. We got spoiled for a couple of days with that 70 and 75 degree weather. It expected tonight of 39 degrees. Tomorrow, we're looking at partly cloudy skies with a high of only 46. So if you're leaving out, you might want to grab that jacket and put that short sleeve up tomorrow. We're looking at a low of tomorrow night, Friday night, for those that might be trying to get out and enjoy a little of the cool weather. It's going to be cold, 29 degrees. On Saturday, we're looking at mostly sunny with 55 as the high, 28 is the low. On Sunday, I believe it's Easter Sunday somewhere. Yes, right. For your Easter Sunday, it's going to be partly cloudy, 67 degrees, and 37 for Sunday night. And to kick off your work week on Monday, it's going to be 72 degrees. That's right. I said 72 degrees back here in the Cap City with the low of 44 for the night. Let me tell you about this special guest that we have tonight. Michelle Mosby was born in Richmond, Virginia on August the 30th, 1969. She was born in historic Richmond Memorial Hospital here in the Cap City. She spent her early years both in Richmond's Churchill and Northside. You guys, hello, Churchill. Hello, Northside. What's up, fam? A graduate of Monacan High School. Boy, we got to talk about that. How in the world you go from Richmond to Monacan down in Chesterfield, Virginia. Michelle matriculated to the University of Norfolk, down in Norfolk State. That's right, NSU in the house. And she majored in accounting and minored in early childhood education in 1989. After returning to Richmond, Michelle attended Virginia Union University. The Panthers, VUU, go ahead, everybody. I know I just heard them all screaming on that side of the river. That's right. With the desire to becoming a businesswoman and to help others. Miss Mosby is the founder and president of the Help Me Help You Foundation, a nonprofit aimed towards the successful reintegration of returning citizens. She is the proud owner of International Hair Salon in Richmond, Virginia since April 2001. That's right. That's significant. April 2001, and an associate broker at Icon Realty Group. In November 2012, Michelle became a member of the City of Richmond City Council, representing the Ninth District in a landslide victory, receiving over 60% of the votes against the two-time incumbent in the Ninth District. And in January 2015, you get this, drum roll, everybody. She was elected as the city council president. She became the first African American woman in the history of the city to hold that position. Let's welcome tonight Michelle Mosby in the house. What's going on, Michelle?
How are you? All is well.
All is well. It is. It is an honor and a privilege to have you here tonight. We thank you for being on Cruise Inc. Radio 102.8 TV.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I've watched it and I sat on the other side and said, I'm going to get my opportunity to be with him on the show.
Absolutely. You know, we had a brief interview 3 years ago. That's amazing. It's been about 3 years when you were running for office, and to have you back. But this is a whole different platform now, and we're doing things differently now, Michelle.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, we got our big boy draws on now.
Yeah.
That's right.
Storm.
There you go. It really is. So, Michelle, I want to ask you, what was it like growing up in the Cap City back in the 80s?
It was fun. It was hanging out at McDonald's on Broad. It was the Coliseum. It was so many things. Being a Richmonder, and I say that because to me there's a difference between a Richmonder and an RVA.
All right, tell us, break that down.
Well, we've taken on the RVA, new things, but I think that there's a difference between people that were here and understand Bird Park and how we really, Bird Park was the place. Like on Sunday, that is exactly where we went, to Bird Park. And from Bird Park, it was, like I said, the McDonald's on Broad. It was the different clubs that we had, that we all hung at. And it just was, Broad Street was just, and I'm going to use the word lit. And so,
right.
And so it was just enjoyable. It really, really was. It was skate land, Williamsburg skate land. It was so many things that we just had such an enjoyment. It just was. I remember so many shows that I've attended at the Richmond Coliseum, and so it's just, to me, different for RVA than a Richmonder. I just think it's just different. The memories are different.
Coming from Churchill and North Richmond, those areas are steeped in tradition, and people are extremely proud to say, I'm from Churchill. Do you still see that compared to when you grew up in that area? Is that pride still there today, in your opinion?
Yes, I do. I think that we've seen the changes in after parents have gotten older, and the change in hands. But yes, I still think it's very territorial. I think I actually grew up in the 6th District. Fort Queen Lane was where my mom they purchased their first home.
Okay.
So that's right one of the streets behind Hotchkiss. And so that was their start right there. Right there. And my dad, he drove a taxi. He worked at Philip Morris, and so he had the 2 jobs. My grandma lived on Enslow. I think that's still over there in the 6th district. And so I think, yes, it's still a very territorial type moment in time for us all to some degree.
You know, I'm from Memphis, and when I got here in 1995, I didn't understand. You know, of course, I moved to Chesterfield, but my business was in Richmond, and I did not understand this north thing, south thing, and that is huge.
It's real. It's a situation. And so then once I became an adult, I've lived most of my adult life in the city of Richmond on the south side. So now that whole south side situation.
South side?
All that right there. I try to keep it later, so I do it like south side. But I mean all of what you just did. Yeah.
It is amazing, you know, because it's like when you own businesses, especially because I had a club downtown at one time, and you trying to get people to come from the south side across the river, and then the reverse, and have people to come. I don't go over there to south side, especially over there by Chesterfield.
Exactly. It's a real situation. Like everybody has their own territorial moment in time, and so I think that it has been one of those things for me with trying to see how we could bridge the gap to some degree.
Right.
How we could become more community and see this land is our land. That type of situation.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, this is going to air on the Richmond VA Things to Do page, and it has over 7,990 something people on it. And a lot of people are coming into the area. Richmond is a boom town. What are some of the things that you would say to the people, Michelle, as one who grew up in this area, served this city, and also has a business in the city? What do you say to those that are transitioning to Richmond right now, and why this is such a great time to be a part of the Cap City?
Well, I mean, Richmond is just the great city of Richmond for me, and so I would love to see people, the influx of people coming into our city. I would love to see them come in with an open mind, ready to work with those that have been here, and us Richmonders have open arms to people that are coming into the city, and figuring out how we can build an even greater city, how we can make Richmond, continue to make Richmond one of those places that's a great destination place. We have so much to offer. It doesn't have to just be foodie. We can be a place where you come and you see the things down at the bottom with our where the slave commission, where they've been working on that area. It's so many things that Richmond can be. And so anyone that is coming in, I'm saying, welcome. Let's figure out how we can broaden what we already have as a great city. There is so much potential to be even the more of what we are. So much potential.
Absolutely. It seems like Richmond is becoming the melting pot now, because you have people transitioning from the South. You have people from up top, as they say. You know, everybody likes to say, I'm from up top. You know, coming here in the city, you got Scott's Addition. You have, it is booming here. Everywhere you look, there's some type of housing going on, houses being built, apartment complexes being built. And now the big thing is, we're talking about the casino. How do you think that will impact this city, regardless of who has it? We're not going to, you know, I have my favorite, but just the impact of the possibility of having a casino of that magnitude here in this area.
Well, I'm hoping that casino landing in the city of Richmond, I'm hoping that there will be a great moment in time where we don't spend a lot of time on negatives, that we build upon the positives that can bring revenue to our city, that, like I said, can be the great destination place. Let's build upon all of the positives that can truly come from what that can bring to the great city of Richmond. And so I'm sitting back, kind of watching how this all unfolds. The people will get to decide in November, and from there, I'm hoping that our government officials are pulling out of this every piece of greatness that can come from this happening in our city. So I'm sitting back watching it.
Michelle, we got it. In fact, that's kind of a good segue because we had a question come in. It says, during your tenure on council, things were heading in a positive direction with all that happened over the summer. Do you feel the city has taken steps backwards, a few steps backwards, in your opinion?
I don't know if I want to say a few steps backwards, more so that I want to say things were brought more to the light that needed to get dealt with. And so I think that the things that have happened over the summer, I think that they were here. And so I believe that now is the time to figure out how to appropriately deal with issues that have been there. Mm-hmm. And I think it can be done in a way that we continue to move in a positive direction. So I think that those things were here. They just became bigger. They just showed, and now everybody can see that they're there. But if we can put our great minds to it, I believe that we can put some positive action and bring them to a place where we're moving in a better direction even than before.
Absolutely. And it's unfair to just say Richmond because every metropolitan city across the country experienced the same thing back in May. Absolutely. And, so again, as you just indicated, we're in the midst of a pandemic. And then we had the George Floyd murder. I'm going to call it like it is because I don't put any punches here. So not only did Richmond experience and bring to light, as you just said, some things that were already undercurrents and that was happening. So I think that the city officials are working very hard right now to try to change the narrative here. And so we got to give them kudos and this city as a whole, because again, we're not perfect, but there's a lot of good things going on in this city as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I want to talk about, Michelle, take you back down memory lane here just a little bit, back down 95.
All right.
Tell us about, first of all, I want to say congratulations to the men's basketball team. They did get a chance to play in the NCAA. They weren't as successful as they wanted to be, but it's huge just getting there. So tell us about life on campus at Norfolk. Oh, look at that! Look at that. oh yeah.
I plead the fifth on life at Norfolk State. That was first time like away from home. It was, I had my two roommates that I had, they were from Richmond as well. And it's funny because that was way back when Tallhammers and Miller and Rose, and that's where they would work when they came back to Richmond. But it was a whole new world for real, because it was really my first time seeing the whole band thing be black. Like it was grooving all the time. Like it was my first time really seeing the sororities in full effect. And so you could be in your dorm room and should be doing your work, should be studying, and hear something break out on the yard, and it was like all over.
Yes.
It was. I'm headed out there to see what's going on. It was. I wouldn't take anything for the years at Norfolk State. It was glorious for me.
An HBCU, and if you've never been to one, it is, like I said, quite the experience. I know my freshman year, I majored in spades. I was in the student center. I'm trying to remember. It's a wonder that I got to play ball, but I did my work. But that first 2 hours, We had some serious spade games going on.
It was a real situation.
Yeah, for real, you know. So what made you, with being from Richmond and here at VCU, want to go to an HBC school? HBCU school, I'm sorry.
Well, that's it's kind of my makeup. It's kind of who I am. It's kind of um, if we have it to offer, I'm gonna try. And so for me, going to school was something my parents, of course, wanted me to do, but I wanted to step out and try. And so I don't think it was ever even another thought in my thought process.
Hmm.
When I made a choice to go to school, it was just simply that was what was going to happen for me. So I don't even have an answer other than there was no other answer for me.
Gotcha.
Just like my daughter graduated from BSU. It's just never been any other answer.
That is awesome. And then you went to Virginia Union as well. So you kept that tradition going.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I believe in us, and I believe in our learning. I believe I just do, and so um, it's just never been any other answer. And
Gotcha.
it doesn't take away from any other school. It doesn't take away from the VCUs. I think that it's a great school. However, for me, it's just about. It's never been any other option.
Now, what inspired you to get into politics? Man, it's like wow.
Well, that was, you tell God your plans, and He kind of laughs and says, "This is the plan." And so, the passion for me was uh, dealing with those persons that had been incarcerated, and trying to figure out how we could better help the community by helping them navigate to services. I believe in helping a man be able to fish. And so that was the thing, that was the driver. And when I reached out to the then council person, we were supposed to chit chat about it to see how maybe if it wasn't being done, or if it was being done, just to chit chat so I could hear more information. And we never did. And so I kind of got in my feelings, and getting in my feelings led me to me and God having a conversation, and I got in the race, and I won.
The ninth district, that's like says part of the South Side district. And once you were actually on council, you made history. What was that like to be to make history in a city that is to history rich?
I was speechless. In all honesty, it, it I am thankful for the team that of counselors that were councilmen, councilwomen that were there. Um, they were awesome. I don't know, other than it just was the moment. I recall just having some conversations about, you know, direction, and ensuring that there was fairness when things were happening. I just believe that everyone should get notified. I believe that everyone that it just doesn't stop once you get to your vote. I believe that everyone. There's only nine of you. I mean, can we all just get a call to make sure that you've heard from all the council. And so it wasn't happening, and so it became a question of how can we change the dynamic of that. And I looked up, and
Say,
it was
whoop, there it is.
happening. It was happening.
Now, before we talk about this special event that's happening this weekend, I want to talk about your nonprofit foundation. Tell us about that.
Help Me Help You is nonprofit organization. I founded in 2008. Um, It is a organization, 501c3, where we navigate justice involved, previous justice involved, and their families to service providers. So whatever services they may need, we want to make sure that they're getting to the right place, getting the answers they need, getting the services that they need, so that they can be on track. They can get on track for the next place. This is not the stopping place, the staying place. This is just the moment in time, and let's help you get to the next place. So we serve as the City of Richmond's hub.
Okay.
Similar to what people would hear, I guess, from homework, as they work for the homeless community, and Senior Connections for our senior community. Well, Help Me Help You does that for our reentry community. So you come home and you need employment. We would navigate you to the employment resources. You have a transportation deficiency. We then get you to whoever the transportation service providers are. We want to make sure, and we pair you up with a lived experience expert, someone that has already walked that walk and can help you matriculate through the system. When you decide that, it gets tense, they're there to help you mellow that thing out and get you back on track to getting to your next place. And we believe that part is very, very important. I worked at Verizon for about 10 years, and the thing I liked about Verizon was warm transfers.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't tell 50 people your story. Somebody was able to tell your story to the next person, so you don't have to keep repeating it. Well, to us, we believe in warm transfers. We help you get to the service provider. We stay with you there. And then if you find yourself needing more navigation, we're still here. It doesn't matter how long you've been in or out. We're here.
That's amazing, and kudos to you and the organization. And we continue to pray for you guys, and that you continue to have much success. How can somebody find out more about your organization and perhaps reach out, either if they're looking to donate or if they want to find out more services more about your services?
Sure. HMHYfoundation.org is our website. That's our website.
Now, this one here, it is, first of all, to be in business is phenomenal, but to be in business now 20 years, we got to say congratulations to you.
Thank you. Oh, awesome. It's awesome. I'm excited.
I can see the big smile is just giddiness. So what's going on? First of all, Michelle, let's talk about how you birthed this baby 20 years ago.
So, it's funny because people would say, "You do hair?" No. I will mess you up. I will mess you up. You see, I do the ponytail. This is as good as it gets for me.
Oh, so I better not come in and ask for you to do my beard?
No, I can refer you. I got some folks for you, though. I opened this business, because I believe that we should try to it's always been my dream to have something of my own and see how I could birth that baby and make it work. But number two, another one of the reasons was that I wanted to have a business where if someone had a barrier and perhaps could not find themselves working at JCPenney's or the Hair Cuttery or any of the franchises, that I had a place that they could go and I could make the determination on whether they could work there. And so it has been absolutely phenomenal. We have gifted great people who do hair, who do nails, who barber. We've had people come through that need to do their hours for whatever reason, even through the justice system. And I've been able to help facilitate that. And so this business has just been one of the greatest things that God could have allowed me to do. And I could not have done it without my dad. My dad, I called him and said, "Dad, I want to open a salon." And he's always like, "What's the plan? I need a plan." Right. and so I began to try to worked to put a plan together and went out to find a building. And he looked at the plan and he came to look at the building. And then he worked tirelessly to get that building into a place where it would work for me.
Where's the building?
4805 Forest Hill Avenue.
And so what's going on this weekend to celebrate the 20 years?
Yes, so we'll be there from 12 to 2. We will be having voter registration, restoration of rights. Clovia Lawrence, she will be there with Project Give Back and the radio station from 12 to 2. And then we're just going to have some munchies. We still recognize that COVID is still lingering. So we're not doing too big, but I could not go and do nothing. I believe in giving smiles where they do, and those people that work there, my staff, I call them family. They are phenomenal. They let me be able to do everything else that I do, and the business still runs. It works itself. Tisha Harris has been the manager there for years and years, but they all just jump in. I have my rules. I like things clean.
Hello.
Yeah. And but it's so family-ish. It just is, and not just in there, but they have connected with the people in the other businesses around us. And so that was where it was a little trying, 2001. Can't say that it was welcoming. We are in the 4th district, kind of nestled in that little shopping, and it wasn't a happy moment back then. But today, if I could use the word that I believe that International has brought to Forest Hill, it's family. We have had Doc's Barbershop across the street. He's now retired. But before he retired, we were family. We had the Oriental store next door, right next door to us, and they've retired now. But before they retired, we were family. We got Maldini's and O'Toole's and the bike shop, and it used to be she used to do pictures or something. Well, she did our logo for us. That's on the building today. But what it has become today is a family, and so we fought for that. It has been very important for us that if we're going to be here, then we all must get along. We all must work to make this work for all of us. And today, that's what it does. It's great.
That's amazing. What's next for you, Michelle?
I don't know. I am a person that I get instructions from God. I do. In that I love our city, and so I get in where I fit in. I ran for other offices, and no, I didn't become them. However, it doesn't stop. It didn't stop me. I still have a very good connection and relationship with our current mayor and our council members that are on council, because the work doesn't stop. And in order to help, I believe that we have to have good relationships. And so I work hard to have relationships with our government officials so that the work can continue and voices can be heard. And so I don't know what the next thing is, but I'm going to jump in if I see a need in our city. I'll jump in.
That's amazing. Any people you want to give some shout outs to?
Well, I mean, of course, the International Hair Salon family. I want to give them a shout out. Shout out Nets, Tisha, and Dejor, and Tamisha, and Talanda, and Ernest, and Chubby. I just want to say thank you to all of you. And I got a new young lady that started, Sierra. And so thank you to all of you for all of just what you do. I can't not thank my mom and my dad. They are my rock. I don't care what I've ever put my hands to. They support. My daughter is the greatest thing since sliced bread. She loved her mama, and her mama loved her. And my sister Colleen, It's nothing that I don't say we're doing. Even when I went to run for office, her and my daughter's like, we're doing what? What we doing? We didn't talk about that. But they were there. And so I want to say thank you to my family because they are always there.
That's amazing. Shout out to Carlene as well. They're doing, she does a lot in the city. And again, you got to give shout outs to the city of Richmond. Again, we're not a perfect city, but you get as we close, I'm a transplant, and I'm glad that I'm here because I lived in Chesterfield, I lived in Colonial Heights, and now I can proudly say that I'm on the south side. South side. Yeah, you know how we do it. So again, I'm here and I moved in this area, built a home in Richmond because I feel that if you want to make a change, you have to be in the game, and that's why we started a station so that we can highlight people like yourself. We had Chloe on, we had the mayor. So we thank all of you all for what you do behind the scenes and not just, in front of the cameras or when the cameras are rolling, but the day-to-day grind that you put in, Michelle, and you and others. So again, thank you. And to celebrate, I'm going to start a little celebration here early with you. I got a song by one of our featured artists for Cruise Inc. Radio. She's actually out of Long Beach, California. Her name is Costella. She is a national known artist, and she has a song called Mojito. And so I don't know if there's going to be any Mojito Saturday. I'm not going to say it not, but we're about to have some mojitos tonight up in this camp. So don't go anywhere. Any last anything that you like to say while on the air with everybody tonight?
I just simply want to thank you for this opportunity to be on your show. And that I just love the great city of Richmond. I just really, really do. We are a great city, and I love being here and don't have any desire to be anywhere else but this great city.
Absolutely. All right, so let's get ready to do this. Do that one more time. Let's say Southside. All right, everybody, come party with Michelle and I. Tell them again what's going on Saturday. Want to make sure that everybody understands what's happening Saturday.
We are celebrating 20 years of Black-owned business at 4805 Forest Hill Avenue at International Hair Salon from 12 to 2. So you can just stop on by.
Do they need to call or make any special arrangements, Michelle? Or okay,
no, it's just going to be a flow in, so I don't expect it to be overly crowded. People will just stop in. My pastors are going to come by and they're going to pray for longevity on the business, and I'm sure that they're not going to stay the entire time. Some government officials will come by and just do what they do, and I'm sure that they're not going to stop by. So if you're in the area, just stop by and say hello. I appreciate that.
That's right. Make sure you wear your mask. If you're not feeling well, stay at home. Send a postcard or text or email or something like that. But if you're not feeling well, stay at home. Practice the social distancing. All the CDC policies. Right. Absolutely.
I got to keep them well. So please.
Absolutely. So you ready to party with me?
I'm ready.
All right, here we go. We get ready to do this mojito.
Sing. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sitting in this place with a smile on my face, knowing you are in my spirit makes my world dance. Where would I be without you? I can't imagine. So glad I took a chance. Manhattan Live, oh so sweet. You got my head bopping to a crazy beat. I'm sipping my mojito, trying to let crazy beat. I'm sipping my mojito, trying to let it go. But you know, my heart is just no.